the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 1019, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and BigGTV.
On our Coaches Show this morning, it is brought to you by Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, family owned and operated since 1977. Get the best service with Prentice Allsup Heating and Air online at PrenticeAllsup.com. Let's talk some Smyrna football this morning. Matt Williams joins the conversation. Coach, good morning to you, sir.
Morning, Brian.
Are you watching any football today, going somewhere today? I mean, what is your Saturday looking like so far?
I just stepped out. My son Keller is in town. Got to come home for the weekend, and
Nice.
so we just had breakfast together and got back in the truck to do this radio show, and I'll get into some film, and hopefully later today, hopefully get to watch Tennessee-Alabama game tonight, and get to watch Arion Carter. We got a few kids playing today. I've got Dallas Walker at Auburn, and Jaden Merrill at Memphis, and a few others playing, Jeremiah Bailey's at EKU, and so I won't get to watch them all, but I'll be keeping up with them all.
I bet. I'm not, I wouldn't say a Tennessee fan, but I've watched a lot this year, especially Arion, and just to see him flourish up there. And I was just talking with Will. They had senior night at Riverdale, and, just talking about high school football and what it means on Friday night. And, the percentage of kids who play on a Friday night that are going to play on a Saturday is honestly really low. But to give those kids an opportunity to do that, that's why they play football. That's why you coach for the moment and for those special players who can go to the next level.
Yeah, I think so. And, it's Friday Night Lights, and it's something, a lot of us grow up, we look up to the kids who have done it before us, and it's something you dream of always, becoming. And I think the biggest thing that's changed, over the years, I think you used to, especially in a small community like I grew up in, you used to, there was really only one choice that you were going to go to school at, and you always dreamed about being for me, it was a Shelbyville Golden Eagle, and, for years when I first got into coaching, you dreamed of being a Smyrna Bulldog. I think we've got so many schools now, that's gotten watered down a little bit, but most of your kids, and I would say, obviously about 98% of your kids are never going to play another snap after they graduate, and so it's a special time for a young man, and I think, we've all talked about it and well documented about, what it can do for a young man as far as, when they go into adult life as a man, and the lessons they learn are invaluable.
And sometimes, kids are kids, and they make decisions, and, to have someone there to hold them accountable. But, I just can't believe the change that we've seen just in the last 5 years. I sound like an old curmudgeon up here talking, I guess, but, just the game night activities that are going on at a football game, and what it takes. And you've got tents and watching replays and drones in the air and all this kind of stuff. And it's pretty wild, everything that goes on, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's come a long ways. You think about when I first started as an assistant, one of our primary jobs was getting the cable rolled out for the headsets on the sideline. You had to plug it into that box, and you had to string it down from the back, or, hang it down from the back of the press box. Trying to figure out a way to run it to the sideline. It's gone from that to everything's wireless, and the TV stuff is pretty cool. And last night we didn't have that. We've got that's one thing that really hindered us last night. We had no sideline replay, and that was not good. And sort of it's funny that hinders you that much, because I think how many years we didn't have that. But now that you get used to it and you don't have it, you sort of freak out. And last night that was a problem for us, and really the last 2 weeks we've not had any real sideline replay, so hopefully we can get that rectified, because that didn't help us much last night.
Yeah, the Coaches Show used to be a place back in the day when we met at a Shoney's, because it was by an interstate. It was the place where coaches would trade VHS tapes. So, we definitely have come a long way in that. Well, last night, first time that you've played Blackman in a few years, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think last time we played him out of our region was when Kit was there. So I don't know how many years it's been. I don't think it's been terribly long.
It hadn't been too long,
maybe
yeah.
4 to 6 years, something like that. But yeah, we we had played them through those stretches there, and they played them pretty consistent. I think it was just the last few years that we hadn't played them.
Yeah. Well, boy, I tell you, things just kind of snowballed. It happened so quick, and all of a sudden you blink and look up, and you're down by 3 scores at Blackman. I know that's not the start that you wanted last night.
No, I mean, our first 2 offensive possessions were disasters. We turned the ball over inside the 20 the first possession. We had a little, midline play. Quarterback went to pull the ball, and the exchange was bad, and we had a fumble, and they got the ball, and they were punched in to go, put 7 on the board. And then we had a pass protection that was called wrong on a play-action play, and they blitzed and hit our quarterback, and he fumbled, and they obviously got another short field. And you just can't do that against really good football teams. Blackman's, I knew coming in this game it was going to be a tall challenge for us because I think up front, especially on defense and what they do defensively, their defensive lineman, especially number 5, he's a man-child. I mean, he is a player, and the rest of our guys do a super good job up front of causing problems. And they did that last night. I thought their linebackers played really well too, and we didn't do a very good job blocking them. Obviously, didn't do a good job protecting the football. We had 3 turnovers, and I don't care who it is. You turn the ball over 3 times, it's going to be really hard to beat anybody that way, and especially a team like Blackman. And hats off to Blackman. They were a better football team than we were last night, and from outside looking in, probably we looked way overmatched, and that's the way it was. And I think the disappointing thing for me as a coach, I've got to figure out, because it's on me, and anytime we lose, it's on me. I got to figure out how to get our kids where they're not, the moment's not too big and they don't feel overmatched. And we did have some sophomores last night that, you don't necessarily want to have to play sophomores. We got some sophomores playing in certain spots, and I think they play like sophomores. I think they made sophomore mistakes, and that was part of our deal. And their receiver, number 8, who's a special player, he made us look foolish at times last night. And so we've got to find a way, coverage-wise, to do a better job. I was proud of our defensive front. I thought for the most part we were really tough and stiff against the run when not put into a terrible position. But I've got to figure out as a head football coach how to get our team back on track. We know we've still got a chance to make the playoffs. That's still there for us. And, we'll find out how bad our kids want on Monday and the attitude they come back with to work on Monday.
We're talking with Matt Williams this morning, the head coach of Smyrna High School. From a game standpoint last night, defensively, I thought we would make Jerry Martin, our SRM concrete solid performer, had 4 tackles, 2 of those for loss, had a sack last night. There's not much give up in that kid.
No, I mean, he's, every week, I think he gets mentioned, and there's a reason. I mean, he's a big-time football player. He is not getting as many looks as some of his, cohorts just because of his height. But, I mean, he's that guy that, like, I tell people it's sort of like in the pros, I guess you could, like Aaron Donald. Yeah. Aaron Donald was not a huge guy. He was just an animal, and that's sort of what Jerry is. And I've never coached a kid. I've coached kids with great motors. But I don't think I've ever coached a kid with his motor. And he's such a strong, explosive kid, just a special player. And I thought we had some other kids on that. I thought Zarin Butler at times flashed last night and did some good things and played really hard. He's played really hard for the most part every week. And I thought Dalen Sanders did some good things. And, offensively we struggled at times. But, I was proud of our young kids that came in. Our offensive line, our second O-line came in late. Tristan Davis is a senior wide receiver that's played for us. I think he had his first varsity touchdown last night, if I'm not mistaken, and I was able to catch a touchdown there late. So it was good for those things. I think you got to look at the positive and try to pull positive out of these situations. It's not all bad. And, I think we got some kids, some meaningful snaps late in the game, and it's not the situation you want to get that in at all. But, I'm just trying to look at the positive a little bit.
Well, Matt, you are going to end the regular season with a couple of home games, and I'm sure you're glad to have the gates for both of your 2 big rivals. Well, I mean, every week's a rival game, I guess, in Rutherford County, but your biggest, longest rivals here, Stewart's Creek in 2 weeks, but Laverne this next Friday night.
Yeah, it'll actually be our senior night. We decided we're playing the next week. We're playing on a Thursday night, so we decided that we wanted to do it, on a normal Friday night. So Friday night will be our senior night, and we got not a very big group of seniors, but we got a group of seniors that are really good kids that have been with us and that have worked hard, and a fun group to be around. The group we've got, are just good kids and good personalities, all that kind of stuff, and they're the kind that, they're the kind of group of kids you can have over to your house and cut up with and have fun with, and they sort of make you smile when you show up to work every day. And so that's a special group. I look forward to honoring them, and we'll have a senior breakfast on Thursday morning after our practice. And so it'll be a special week for those guys, special week for us. And, obviously a big rivalry game against Laverne. And I know they'll be, Laverne, we always get Laverne's best shot. I think that goes without saying every year, and I expect this year to be no different.
Well, it is our WGNS BigGTV game of the week this coming Friday night, so we'll be there for senior night. Always enjoy coming to Robert L. Rake Stadium. And, Coach, I'll probably hit you up this week for some stats and lineups and all that good stuff, but looking forward to coming out to your place on Friday.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Brian. We look forward to hosting you, and we thank you for all you do for high school football. And, it's a great thing for the county, and what y'all do is special for the county. A lot of school systems don't have that, and so we look forward to it.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks so much, Matt.
Now, to make sure if y'all stop and eat, make John pay now.
Oh, yeah, right. That's never going to happen. Oh, goodness, appreciate it. Thank you. Matt Williams joining us here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Craig's Tax Service, specializing in personal and business tax preparation, financials, and bookkeeping services. Find out more at craigstaxservice.com.